Mic's on. Hi, we're live. Everybody wave. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back. We have returned to you after 2 weeks off with Revenge of the Gith, Season 4, Episode 8. I'm just here, hanging. It's not my show. But, Rob, just go ahead and take us away with intros and awkward questions and all of that good stuff, my dude.
Hello. I am Rob B. Roll, and I'll be your GM for this evening. Super excited to have everyone here who is here along for the ride. And tonight, with our super special guest, as you may or may not know, I always ask a completely unrelated and random question at the beginning of every episode. So today's question will be your character. What aesthetic in the form of blank core are they, whether that be cottagecore or etc.?
It's a mix of like cottagecore and like I'm a witch in the woods.
Amazing. Such a strong aesthetic
Yeah.
already. And then who are you? Who's your character?
Hi guys, I'm Sarah, or the Hype Goblin, as you all just heard. I will be playing my druid Lowry Moon tonight, and I'm happy to be here. I'm really excited.
Happy to have you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Montana. I play Throck the Unsatisfied, a crocodilian Circle the Moon druid with a little bit of warlock. And he would probably be meatcore. So, like, total Lady Gaga meat, just meat. Yeah.
Don't Google meatcore or I'll take their time.
I mean,
putting it out there.
You can. We're not your mom and dad, but just don't do it. Don't do it live.
Deviant art.
Jesus Christ.
Not where we're headed.
No, I'm so excited to be at this table.
And with that, Rob, would you like to continue?
Sorry, my
Yes, I would. Hi, everyone. I'm Robin, and I'm playing Proserpina, the tiefling arcane archer and the world's most adorable alchemist. Let's face it, everyone knows what her aesthetic would easily be. It would be a mix of cottage plushy core.
Hi everyone, I'm Ember. I'm playing Amara Wittershins, the Weewa Rogue. I might be just being knuckleheaded here, but I'm not entirely sure I understood the question. Because everybody's giving answers, I have no idea what
it's a fashion choice. It's a fashion choice. Like there's cottage core, there's urban core. There like cottage core is like I live on a farm. Cottage core is I live on a farm. Like just you can Google core aesthetics.
Like goth?
Yeah.
Would goth work as an answer? Then I'm not entirely sure.
It's okay. It's okay.
Goth.
It's fine.
Whatever the equivalent of that is. Yeah, I'm out of here.
Hot topic core, got it.
Yeah, and I am in here with Hong, who's the half-drow warden extraordinaire, who is pretty deep and obscure and like highly arcane punk core aesthetics. Like we are talking earrings with meanings that you either know and are extremely angry about, or don't know and are perhaps even angrier about.
Hey y'all, I'm Val. I play Anja, our half-drow blade singer. As far as her fashion taste goes, she's a Lolita. Like, she's a gothic Lolita. Like, we've already established this. We have even rolled for Lolita on this channel before. But yeah, that's what she does, and that's the kind of core that she is.
Totally. Now, Val, I have a question. So if the viewers at home wanted the vibe of the campaign to be Deck of Many Things core, is there a way they could make that happen? I'm just curious.
Well, very specifically.
I don't know.
Very specifically for a Deck of Many Things core, or just for a Deck of Many Things, we need 88 more followers to get to 1,000, and then we will have a Deck of Many Things. But as for everything else, if you want to affect this channel, You can do it with your bits, subs, and donations. Every 100 biddies to the channel, it gives us a reroll. Every subscription to the channel, I need 5 to make payout. Will give us a nat 1 or a nat 20, and straight up donations through Coffee or Streamlabs. Sliding scale. Thanks. Sliding scale.
So weird.
Man,
So weird.
it's
I don't know.
it's like I summoned them or something. A sliding scale of donations will give us whatever you want. That is to our Dungeon Master's discretion, of course, because we are a very safe channel and we adhere to safety card procedures here. So anything that crosses any of our lines or veils just won't happen. But yeah, that's us. That's what we do. Thank you for the gifted subs, Hype Goblin and Robin, with 6 subs altogether, it looks like. And y'all just let me know in our Zoom chat where you want those natties to go.
Nat
So-
1s or nat 20s, I will
Yep,
point out.
anyone here.
It's wherever you want them, so.
Yeah, just let me know. And without further ado, Rob, this is your show, fam. Take it away.
All right. So we are going to once again be whisked away to the world of Aureal, which almost 2 years ago now was invaded by the Gith Yankee, once thought of as just astral raiders, basically like space pirates. Turns out, no, they're just literally a huge invading army. And so 2 years ago, they put the entire plane under martial law. And in part of that process, they took everyone out of the Underdark, which the party is now back in. Turns out it's not a nice place anymore. The party briefly took a small hiatus, though, at Proserpina's hometown, where instead of, fighting the traps of Lolth the Spider Goddess or trying to negotiate a very tense political conversation with Illithid, they had a nice dinner and went to a bar and heard a bunch of stories from a slightly crazy and drunk old man. But we are not going to continue that vibe for very much longer, as the party wants to and needs to go once more into the Underdark, as they've discovered through speaking directly with Lolth, the goddess of the drow and spiders, that their hint that the entity that will know and be able to guide them to the device that they have been tasked by Vlakeith, leader of the Githyanki, to find in exchange for not, doing war crimes, is hidden inside the first ever Myconid colony to ever exist in the Underdark, a massive colony of mushroom people and mushrooms alike, as well as some fae folk. So, as we briefly get the kind of brief montage of the party traveling down into the Underdark, it's completely barren tunnels for the most part, as again the Githyanki have been just wiping out all life that they can down here in the Underdark in an attempt to scour it for, turns out, maybe not Illithid, but this artifact that the party is now tasked with finding. We're going to glide past them with our camera as they travel towards this Myconid center, and we're going to go, and our camera's going to center on our new wonderful guest. Would you like to describe your character real quick?
Oh, I'd love to. Her name's Lowry Moon, and she's very excited to be down here helping all the mushroom people. She's down here looking for her mushroom girlfriend. She's so excited. She's gonna find one today. She's humanoid. She looks very human right now. She has, it used to be blonde hair, but it's kind of got a greenish tint to it now. And she's turning a little blue. She needs to see the sun a little bit more, but it's fine. I'm sure nothing bad's going on there. And she has very bright, pretty blue eyes. All the better to attract her mushroom girlfriend with.
Amazing.
She's got a lovely hat in the shape of a mushroom, and there's mushrooms on her red dress, and on her nice black sweater, there's mushrooms too.
Amazing. And not at all covered in spores at this point, I'm sure.
She is.
No, yeah, just like a nice kind of covering coat. And just to briefly describe where you are, you have found yourself, again, in the first ever Myconid colony. It is, roughly a large city size, right? It is a massive, sprawling cavern filled to the brim with mushroom life of all shapes and sizes. Most of it, though, is covered by a gigantic, like, think like redwood trees, but mushrooms forest. Um, Tended to by both humanoid-sized myconid reanimates, which are like the zombies from The Last of Us, but chill, and massive myconid Goliaths, these 40-foot tall mushrooms things which can take care of the very tops of these massive redwood mushrooms. There is just a massive bounty of life, this like explosion of different plants and animals, all native to the Underdark, just surrounding in this massive cavern. And I imagine, Lowry, you probably in the section, there's a kind of smaller section with some fey stones, like these small stones with carved runes and a bit of like fairy fire in the air, just some glittering motes of light kind of hanging everywhere as kind of this small little section, like, maybe like of the size of like a city block, where some fey folk as well as humanoids who have found themselves in the kind of myconid forest live. That is kind of a section of non-fungal life. So what would you say you're doing in this moment? Kind of spending some time here.
She's currently on a bench somewhere with a very nice book and a very nice cup of tea, and she is trying to look very attractive.
Yeah, 100%. Can I get just like a straight up charisma roll? I'd love that.
Yes.
This first roll of the night. Very important.
I am going to find my mushroom girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's a 3.
Okay. So, so you are kind of sitting there on this park bench, just like you did your look. You are like sitting with good posture. You have a cup of tea. You have like a book that makes you look really smart. And you are like, I am so ready. And you start like reading and waiting and reading and waiting. So far, nobody's kind of like walked past you. You're waiting a little more, and then you'll feel kind of like a tap on your shoulder.
Oh, yes. Hi.
You see like a fairy kind of floating in the air, wearing kind of like working clothes, and they're like, hi, yes. Is there a reason why you're staring out at the municipal sewer plot?
Oh, that's a sewer? It's very pretty.
Oh, okay. If you say so, I'm gonna go back to work then. I'm just wondering, it's not the most popular bench.
Oh, is there a better bench? Do they have a rating system?
They could. If there was, this would probably be a one bench out of 5. A lot of people kind of like the benches that are kind of farther out, like closer to the edge of the forest, because you can actually see more stuff running around.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. I mean, I guess now that you say it, the sewer plot's kind of got its own kind of like beauty, I guess, but maybe not for me.
Yes, and you've got some very nice algae growing over there too. The bioluminescence is just right for my skin tone.
Yeah, thanks. I know it took a lot of work to get it kind of just right. Okay, well, I'm gonna get back to work. Have a nice day.
It was nice meeting you.
Bye. And kind of flits off again.
She'll turn her book the right side up and continue trying to read.
Amazing. Yeah, can you give me a perception check as you continue to read your book now right side up?
Oh dear. I'm not good at these either. Oh, it's 15.
Hey, not too bad at all though. Yeah, so you're not too far off from like the edge, one of the edges of the forest. Obviously, it's a massive kind of chamber, so there's a lot of edges to the forest. But you kind of, as you're, listening for that next suitor to come up, you kind of pick up instead what sounds to be like flames crackling up, which is a new thing you've heard because all the lighting here is bioluminescent. Nobody lights fires here.
Do I smell fire?
Yeah, now that you mention it, yes, actually.
That could be very bad mushrooms, like a moist environment. I should go check that out.
Yeah, so you rush down towards the scent of fire, and you can see, not too difficult to spot after only a few seconds of running, there is a moving wall of fire, like bright blue heat, like pushing itself. It's basically coming right out of the entrance to this cavern. It's not at the fungal forest yet, but it is like slowly approaching. Maybe like 20-foot wide, 10-foot tall wall of flame, slowly like crouching towards the mushroom forest.
Oh no. Help!
Yeah, you yell help, and like you see a couple Myconid like dash by, and they telepathically, because that's how Myconid speak, like, fire's very bad for us. We are out by emergency, and they just as fast as they kind of can, which is not that fast to be quite honest with you, but they're quite clearly terrified for probably obvious reasons, as beings made entirely out of mushroom plant material.
Well, if you can't get someone to do it for you, you gotta roll up your sleeves and do it yourself. And she is gonna start erupting earth in front of the wall of fire to try and make her own wall.
Amazing. Roll me a like spell attack for me then.
Okay. I don't have control over water. And that's just a d20 plus my modifier, right?
Yeah. So what's your
16.
16.
Mhm.
So and your proficiency. So this is like a spell attack. Yeah. So I believe
21.
that's also nice. Beautiful. So I'm gonna say as you like this earth erupts out, you know, it's this dirt, and it does have kind of like a pretty damp kind of vibe because of mushrooms. So you like, it extinguishes like a section of this wall for a second. You can see behind through, you can see an individual, a kind of individual you've seen before, a Gith Yankee, kind of like tall, slender, like their heads are kind of more oblong with yellowish greenish skin, concentrating and pushing this wall of flame forward. And after about 6 seconds though, that like gap of flame continues to go back up. You like delayed it for like a round, but this is apparently like a concentrating spell effect.
Is there anyone else in the vicinity other than the Myconids who ran away?
Make a perception check, I will say.
She's gonna need help. 24.
Natural 20, which means obviously, yes, of course there is. Yeah, you see a small group of Fey folk. So you see a couple of satyrs, a fairy, kind of chilling, sitting on one of these benches, look like kind of like in shock, like unsure what to do at this time, looking like they kind of need some direction.
Hey, you all!
Yeah!
Get the Yankee! We need to stop it! Go!
Okay, just through?
Well, or around, or up and over, or I don't know. Make a wall, make a door through it?
Okay.
Can you use water?
So are you going to also try and get through around over this wall, or are you just sending the Fey folk to do this?
What's the difference between me and this caster?
I'd say, you know, they have to stick pretty close to the wall, so they're probably not too much further than 30 feet from you right now.
Does she have any teleportation? Nope, she's support. Cool. Yeah, she's just gonna follow them.
Okay. So I'm really excited to hear how you follow their moves because the fairy's going to fly over because they're a fairy, and the satyr are going to jump it because they're satyrs. So how do you follow? I guess is my question. I'm super excited to hear. Yes.
I would like to use my mold earth cantrip to make
Mhm.
myself a tunnel through the firewall, and then I will run very fast through it.
Yeah, it 100% does not go underneath the ground, so that's actually a great idea. I love it. So yes, you and these three Fey folk kind of appear on the other side as well. So you can see this Githyanki is currently like alone, but you can see like kind of looks like almost waiting a larger group like back in the tunnel with your amount of vision with the bioluminescence. But right now, the one Githyanki that's like conjuring the wall of fire is right here in front of you.
So you like fire, buddy? Take this. She's going to cast Flaming Spear and ram it into him as a bonus action.
Amazing. And I will say, as you do that, the two satyr will kind of jump at them, and the fairy will cast like a petrification on them. So,
will that make him fail my dex save?
Yeah, actually. So I'm going to say to kind of it's like cinematically, as like you kind of cast this. What is your casting and then like effect look like? By the way, what does it look like when you cast your spells?
She gets really squinty-eyed, and she takes her staff that she has with her, and she just points it, and it just shoots out from the staff.
Just like, and poof, we see this Githyanki, obviously clearly very powerful spellcaster, begin to twist the spell, and the wall of fire begins to move backwards towards you four. But before it gets there, it becomes just a statue, and your ball of flame kind of impacts in its chest, just as like the goat hooves of the satyrs, and just it shatters, and the wall of flame collapses down. Go ahead and give me one more perception check with advantage, because there's currently quite a lot of light with the dying wall of fire.
I rolled 2 10s.
Okay, got it. So you can see, like I said, there's more Githyanki that looks like they were waiting maybe for like a first pass of this wall of flame to come through. You see, just with that 14, at least 40 Githyanki in that tunnel that, seeing their kind of spellcaster get shattered like a statue, slowly move back into the tunnel. But it's clear, first of all, that this was not, you don't see all of the Githyanki when I say 40, you see what you can see with the light that is here, and you don't think that they're gonna stop.
Yeah, that's right. You back off. I'm the biggest bad here. She's only like maybe 5 feet tall on a good day.
Yeah. 100%.
She'll direct the Fey folk to alert the guards and any officials or militia that may be in this city to come and help fight, because
okay.
she can't take 40 on her own.
So there's not guards. I mean, there's Myconid. We can talk to the Myconid.
Yes, let's go talk to the Myconid.
Okay.
I shouldn't be this excited, but I am.
Well, I think maybe. No, I think that was really exciting. But I think just as a general rule, fairy folk don't like to stick around in areas that might burn down. So I think like you're gonna find that a lot of the fairy folk might end up leaving soon. Just just like as a general policy. I'll totally stay because I'm invested. But like just in general, I don't think maybe a lot of the Fey folk are gonna stick around very long when they hear this.
How high level Fey folk are in this city?
There's a pretty good spectrum. I would say for the most part, none of them are as kind of powerful as your mentor, but in general, like there's a good number of like a lot of them are just like fairies and satyrs, mostly like fae folk that enjoy like the natural world and are drawn to this place because it is like very intensely the natural world just in the Underdark. But you think that there's probably like a few greater fairies and maybe a couple more powerful fae still here in the city. Um, but it would take some time to track down them all and talk to them.
Look, what's your name?
Glam?
Hi, Glam. Nice to
Hi.
meet you. I'm Lowry.
Hi.
Do you know who my mentor is?
No.
It's Alessandra.
Oh.
You tell anyone who wants to run and not fight that they're gonna have to deal with her if I stay and fight and I die.
Oh. Like I said, I'm super invested and want you to survive a lot, Lowry. And if you could like pass that along to Alessandra, that'd be like really cool. Okay.
I'll keep it in mind.
Thanks.
Good luck.
So do you? I can go try and find some other fae and say pass along very good message.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
shoot.
okay. Great. And the two satyrs will also kind of like nod very enthusiastically and rush off. And so it sounds like you want to go speak with some Myconid?
Yeah. Let's go find the mushroom people.
Great. I mean, it does not take long. There are maybe millions of them. So do you want to just speak to the first Myconid you find?
She's gonna just walk up to her and say, "Take me to
Yeah.
your leader."
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. You've been nonviolent and very kind so far. Right this way. Great. So yeah, you are kind of brought deep into the forest. There is kind of as you get deeper and deeper, and I don't know how long would you say you've probably been here? How long have you been maybe striking out a little?
She's been traveling for a while. She's probably only recently come here, maybe within the last week or so.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you probably haven't been like super deep because there's a ton to explore here. But as you get deeper and deeper, basically the entire floor of the cavern becomes covered in some kind of mushroom. However, as you step, they just move right out of the way and then take their place once again. You're starting to see more and more of these fungal Goliaths, these like massive 40-foot tall caretakers, and they're not like guarding, they're like gathering spores and spreading them where they're needed and like taking care of like mushrooms. You see one like there's like a massive mushroom tree whose bottom stalk is like showing some wear and tear. You see it just kind of like places its massive kind of like lumbering hands on it, and it slowly shrinks down a little as the like stalk repairs itself. And as you get closer, you can see actually the mushrooms start to become more and more scarce, and there's more and more space between them until you're in essentially a massive clearing. And before I describe what you see in the center of the clearing, can the party briefly describe what strange and interesting humanoid creatures the Lowry sees? We'll just do it in intro order here, as you all have finally made it to the center of this clearing, trying to find something intelligent enough to give you the answers you're looking for.
Well, you see I guess, big lumbering crocodilian with large furs on like the front and back. Almost looks like it's making it look bigger than he actually is. And yeah, he just is probably eating something. I guess the last of the spider jerky.
It's like munching.
All right. And following that, you'll see the opposite in size, rather tiny little tiefling with her horns. She's 5'2". So very crimson skin, black hair, held back in a fishtail braid, and she's wearing brown and green leathers with a dragon bone longbow on her back, and a quiver hanging from her hip. Then she looks over. Don't worry, you finish it, Croc. We've got Mama gave us a backpack full of food, so we got plenty of food for you. And she's looking around, going, "Oh, it's so pretty. All the pretty colors."
My turn, yes. So Amara is a young-ish, like middle of her 20s-ish looking girl with long black hair. She wears a cloak with the hood up usually. No discernible weapons except for a staff on her back. And she's got sharp, piercing eyes that always are darting around and looking for something, like she's always actively searching something. So she's on high alert constantly. But other than that, she doesn't have any weapons or anything on her. So at the moment.
And of course, of the first of the half drow that catches your eye, you see a man who looks like, perhaps a lot like some of the more successful mercenary captains you've seen, like festooned with slightly with clothing that is definitely too rich and expensive for one of his ilk, but he's wearing it with the brazen confidence of somebody who knows that everybody is thinking that and revels in it. He has red hair, a very big and very fancy and vaguely Gith seeming great sword on his back, and as he kind of turns to look at you, aside from his red hair, you also see a spider tattoo above his left eye.
And lastly, the second half drow that you see, dressed very fashionably but practically, especially her shoes, is Anja, and she has looks. It takes a minute for you to even think she might be half drow, because the way that she carries herself, in the fact that she has white hair just with black ends, as if she's let her roots grow out. Um, she probably the shortness of her ears and the roundness of her face kind of gives it away. But yeah, she's there. She's got a rapier and a spell book at her side, and that's what you see. Her eyes are this mixture of kind of red and green. You have a little green that starts around the pupil, and it comes out to red to finish off the iris.
Amazing. So this strange group of individuals and Lowry kind of exchange glances, but their attention is probably immediately directed towards, in the middle of this clearing, there is a kind of large, perfectly circular crater in the ground, and growing out of it, like these almost like tendrils of plant matter, creates the kind of from basically legs up of this combination of looks almost like a dryad or an elf, this very lithe woman, made completely out of this fungal plant material. Instead of eyes, just these bright glowing bright emerald glowing spheres of light. And just I think that actually the party has felt this kind of presence in a negative way before, and Loud has felt a presence like this in a positive way for it. very clearly like giving off a presence that is greater than the physical form here, right? Like this kind of feminine figure is maybe about like 6.5 foot tall, although it's held aloft out of this crater, but it has the presence of something much larger, and kind of looks across the six of you, seeing a bunch of humanoids stepping into its clearing, and with a voice that kind of like rings out in all of your heads like doubly. Um, hello, welcome to my home. What brings you all here?
Need to get under you.
Come again.
That's about where it is, right? Under.
Check the thing.
Yes. Yeah, and yeah, he's going to get the detecting device that I think Lakeith provided us. He's like,
No, you found this at the Enclave.
there it is. Yeah, the detecting device that we sourced ethically for free range. Hashtag recycling. Yeah, and like, yeah, are we getting this? Are we getting a thing?
Oh, sorry, that device. I thought you meant the like locate object device. No, got you. That device you do not. You, as a reminder, are looking for a being that can use the locate object device you sourced from the Enclave, because it needs to be a being who has seen the object. It's been 2 weeks. No worries.
Wait. Oh, you. That's not a literal. That's not a literal representation, is it?
What?
Of what?
Have you? There's an artifact we're looking for.
The blade is in the abyss. I've sent many mortals down for that.
What do you know about the? No, it's something. I think it's something else. Something that the Gith are looking for. If we can dig it out, maybe things will be better.
You seek something the upstarts desire.
Our arms are being twisted.
I see. It sounds as though you harbor no love for these invaders.
If I had a choice, this would have stopped a long time ago, but don't have that choice.
I see. And this figure will briefly turn towards you, Lowry. Do you also seek this artifact? Oh, I can't hear you.
Oh no, your highness, your honor, your majesty. I don't know how to address you, but there's a fire and there's a whole bunch of Githyanki that are coming in. I saw 40 of them, but I think there might be more and I need some help.
What?
I can't fight them all off.
Ah.
Hi.
What's that?
Do we?
We need to go.
I think you know the answer to that, Goosey.
I might talk him. Yeah, yeah. Where? How far away is?
Oh, do you guys fight and like go like that? Or like the spells are
That's probably not how this is going to go because you said you can only see 40. That means there's more.
Right. I did say that. Yes, they're back this way.
Let's go. Maybe I can bluff them out. I speak Gith, and technically, my presence is more important than theirs. I think our presence even.
Yeah, we are super important.
Oh, you are? Who are you?
That I was being facetious.
Well, we do need to not be dead in order for them to get their artifact.
Right.
And they should at least have told the grunts that much. So if we say we need this, if we say we need this place intact to get what we need, that could work.
You know what? We can attempt that, and if that fails,
we can do what we normally do.
Yeah, just go about murdering.
Maybe if that fails, we can call in the boss. We know the name.
Yeah.
Are you bad guys? I can't work with bad people. I'm a good guy.
What kind of good? Do you mean like talks to the cops good?
I mean, I help people. I help them find their happiness. I help them find the things they want. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cops.
Help what?
Guards.
I mean, I'll help anyone who needs it if they're a good person. They have to be a good person.
Well, we're not bad people.
Like as you said that, you see like Uncle Lucy go like.
Most of us.
And when he does that, I just leap over and just hug Hankuzi. Don't worry, he's just a big teddy bear. He's pretending he's really tough.
He doesn't have ears like a bear.
No, he doesn't listen very well either.
Oh. I could help you get the ears of a bear if you want them. If that's what you really want.
I think we should give him the ears of the bear after
I don't think I'm into
we
that.
deal with the Gith. Are we going talk to their leader? Is that what we're gonna do, Hunkersy?
Yeah. We're gonna. Yeah. This isn't the worst idea I've had.
Should we give the thing to this lord to see, so we can find the artifact? At least know before we fight them.
How much time do
talk
we
to
have
them.
out of characterly before we are swarmed with Gith Yankee? Like, do we have time to have this big guy use this device? We have no fucking clue. Okay.
I think, Brock, I think the bluff is going to be easier if we're not sure, because that way we will have urgency. And urgency is really good in cons. Trust me.
We already have urgency.
We need more urgency. The kind of urgency that doesn't let them stick around to question our motives or ask uncomfortable questions or keep burning
or like the mushrooms on fire.
Yes, that.
Okay.
So you'll help?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course we're gonna help.
Oh, great. I just knew you were good people. Come on, right this way.
Yeah, the like strange lord, as they've been called already. Terrific. I appreciate any assistance that you may be able to provide. please return whenever you can. All right. So you all book it, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we're gonna go have a conversation with these Gith. I mean,
Great.
we mean Hung Huzi is gonna have a conversation with these Gith, and we are there to give him our moral and emotional support.
Yeah.
And
So-
arrows.
And arrows.
Of course.
Mhm.
Emotional support arrows, maybe. ESAs.
Exactly.
So, my question is, I guess, what's the plan? So I will say Lowry's very able to direct you all to where the fire started and thus the cavern. And if you follow it not that far out, you can see a massive camp of Githyanki. You can see enough tents for probably like a couple hundred Githyanki soldiers. Most of them seem full. You can see some quick and dirty like palisades built around the camp to kind of protect it, as well as you see a couple devices that look like wells placed kind of outward from the camp as well. And yeah, it seems like a pretty standard and solid little war camp here.
Okay. To that
So
end,
is
I'm
there
going
a
to ask
plan?
you a question
Yes.
about specifically the name of the
individual you
slightly
spoke
checked
to
out
before?
general. Yes.
Commander Vox.
Okay. Yeah. To that end, I'm going to. I'm gonna grab and then in Gith, I'm going to say.
So first of all, you're like in visual range first. So you're gonna approach the camp.
Yes. Yeah.
Are just you going to approach the camp?
I'm gonna go. I'll go with him.
I'll go with him.
Yeah, and to that end, gonna like shout out like we follow the will of General Vox, and in order for us to complete the mission we have been given, this this chamber and its inhabitants need to be intact.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna say you don't need to roll a check for that. One of the you see like they both kind of like look at each other and then they do a quick like strange equivalent to like rock paper scissors, and the one who obviously loses walks down and leaves the little like guard post that you approached and yelled at, and in not too long you see walking up in his massive plate armor, you can see a Githyanki you recognize as Commander Vox. Massive, imposing, giant, similar to Hong Huzi's, but slightly larger and more embossed greatsword on his back. Yes, you have yelled my name in front of my war camp.
Right. That means this can waste even less of everybody's time. Yeah, this bottom of this chamber, very important person based on investigation, probably the only person who can find this artifact. And if this chamber goes, they're gone too.
Terrific. How long would it take for this entity to find what you've been tasked with finding?
Probably we might need a couple hours for negotiations, and there'll probably still be some more work, and I'll probably still need some more time after to find the thing. So, and we are hurrying, but week bare minimum.
Terrific. I shall delay this entire forest destruction for a week. Goodbye. And Celeste just starts turning around.
I'm just gonna like I'm going to blink and I'm just gonna like say like, and I'm gonna like turn to everybody else and like just go like, yep, and then I'm just gonna like start walking back like, yep, this is a success. Great.
All right.
So Lowry and Throck and Amar, you see the three of them returning. Honghuzi looking very satisfied with himself.
Kind of like on the way back, it's like.
And I will point out, only Honghuzi could understand what was being said between the two of them.
We were just there as his muscle, like the two very small ladies was there, just like standing there looking intimidating, like we were the muscle. But like on the way back, I'm gonna kind of give him a nod, like a nudge, and whisper to him in undercommon, and just be like, so. How did that go? You look fine, but what's the actual deal here?
We got a week.
Okay. And then they just start destroying the forest?
Yeah, they're gonna come back. I'm not.
Okay.
I definitely don't think I could do that, so I did not try.
We should probably.
They can't do that.
We should probably leave that part out when we see everyone else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh wait, I'm not there.
And at this point, you all are now reunited.
Okay. Yeah. It's gonna stop, but it's gonna stop for a week. Like you've got a week to evacuate, because they do this a lot here. Burning
Really?
patches. Yes.
Why?
Elephants.
I'm gonna have to.
They are really serious about the genocide of them.
I'm gonna have to talk to my boss about them. But thank you for helping.
Yes.
Yeah. No problem.
Are you? Why are you here?
Oh, I'm looking for a girlfriend. I'm working on myself, but I am ready for romance.
Down
I was
here?
hoping to find a cute mushroom girlfriend.
You want to date a mushroom?
Well, not necessarily a mushroom. I mean, I take a mushroom dryad, or I mean, if a myconid thought I was cute, I mean, I'd be fine with that too. I don't discriminate.
There's kind of like a
Or if another
pause.
spore druid found me.
There's a pause on Anja, and she's about to say something, and then realizes that she has the room to talk for her taste in romantic partners, and just be like, "Oh, good for you."
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's not going very well so far.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
like
good luck.
mushrooms too.
Probably not like that, man.
No, they're good to
don't feel
talk
bad.
to.
They are. They are great conversationalists. Most people you wouldn't think they would be, but they are very talkative.
Oh, really? Oh, that sounds great. But anyway, romance will find you when you're not looking. You might trip into it.
Oh. Well, I mean, I am pretty clumsy. I do trip a lot, so
Me too.
maybe one time I'll find into it. Oh, really? That's fun.
I just briefly, we have like 3 flashbacks of like Labyrinth tripping on the way here.
But not into a
I will
girlfriend.
yeah, not yet. Larry, I will
One
also
day.
mention, as a druid, you know that fully this forest cannot move even an inch. Like the myconid can't even really stay away from the forest that long, because without either the forest or basically a lot of like corpses, they would die off from lack of food. Like this forest fully cannot move or evacuate at all.
Well, I'm glad you brought us a week. That's a very good start. Do you think you could stay at the end of the week and help us fight and defend the forest? Because it can't go anywhere. It's kind of rooted. If the forest goes, then the myconids go, and then I never have a chance to meet a nice mushroom girlfriend. And I've been trying really, really hard to meet one.
There's other places that you can find mushroom girlfriends.
There might not be. There's a schedule.
Actually, can all of you roll a nature check?
Yeah. Are you rolling for mushroom girlfriends?
Not yet. We'll get there. The dating sim comes later.
Hope you got enough butter to bargain with her parents.
Not again. Not again. Not again. We cannot be trusted with butter down here. We can't.
So Anja.
Yes.
So it was pretty subtle because you all basically, because you all have interacted with Mike Nate, so you basically were able to kind of ask where you might be able to find what you were looking for, and were directed quickly and easily. Um, so you all weren't down here that long, uh, so it wasn't quite that noticeable. Um, but while you were uh, breathing down, especially near that like strange figure, you felt like a little different. Like breathing in, like first of all, it didn't have like that strange kind of stale taste that a lot of the air in Underdark has after it's been burned by the Githyanki. Um, but you're pretty certain that the the myconid are oxygen producers.
Oh.
So if maybe an entire forest, the largest forest, went away, then a significant percentage of the oxygen producers in the Underdark would go away. And then a significant portion of the oxygen in the Underdark would go away.
Can I make checks? Do Illithid breathe oxygen?
Oh, fully, yes, they do.
Gotcha. There's a little ding. Oh. Here's what's up.
What?
We have definitely got to find our thing before the week is over, because I don't think we'd be able to actually breathe, or anyone else would be able to breathe in the Underdark once this forest is gone.
What? Wait a minute.
They're the air producers.
Are you like? Is that a thing you're sure of? Can you
Yeah,
prove that?
I am the smartest one here.
Okay, we maybe I can get like more than a week out of it. Maybe I can get like an indefinite postponement pending something bureaucratic, because the Gith need to breathe here too. They might even want to run patrols. This is.
I think they're doing it on I think they're doing it on purpose, though. Like, they're doing it on purpose, so they're prepared.
Then why are they burning everything else? They might not know yet.
They're prepared to whatever they have to do for oxygen. They're prepared for it. The rest of us are not, and definitely none of the other living creatures down here are. So I think it might be better just to learn what their plan is to meet if we are going to save this forest. But we need to find our thing first, and then maybe worry about the forest second, because here's the thing. If they burn this city down, or this forest down, like, we don't get to save the world, and we're all fucking doomed. So, why don't we just go find it first?
Yeah.
Big picture here, everyone. Big picture.
I guess we'll just have to do this. We can do fast. We can do fast.
We are very quick.
Would you like an extra set of hands?
Is that like
What do you do?
Oh, I do this. Mushrooms pop up in her hand. I can also heal people.
Yes, and you're in.
Yeah, you're in. Yeah, we need that.
Okay. I can also give you guidance on a variety of topics, and I can also reanimate bodies with my spores. So if any of you die, I could technically keep you up, even if I'm out of healing spells.
Oh, I'm gonna back up behind Hunkuzi.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's metal. That's metal as fuck.
Oh no, it's very natural. No metal involved.
Metal is also a natural occurring substance in the earth.
Well, yes, but it has more to do with the spores and them leaching into the body and then taking control over the nervous system. It's a whole thing.
I'm gonna look over at Hunguzi. Was this feeling that I'm having right now, is that the feeling that everyone gets when they meet me for the first time?
Now you know why I didn't engage you in long conversations at first.
Okay. Thanks. Self-awareness is a good thing. But she can heal people, so yay!
Okay, so what's the plan?
Let's go back to
Yeah,
this
I
big
think-
mushroom
this-
person.
Yeah, I think we need to go back.
So you're going back to the.
Mhm.
You're not. So Hosey, you're not going back to speak with Commander Box. You're all going back to the crater and the.
Yes, he has been convinced that the better plan is to try and get this done within the week, and then before the week's out, and then see what can be done.
Yeah. So you all return. The figure. There's not a lot of facial expressions going on because, obviously, but you are back sooner than maybe predicted.
Yeah, things went. I bought us a week, and but to get now that I've learned that you can't evacuate. For getting more time is probably gonna we're gonna need to find this thing we're looking for, and then see if we can't use that to buy you not dying.
What is your name? Your name. Kind of directing its
Honghuzi?
emerald eye. Honghuzi. Do you think finding your charge will stop these invaders from destroying me and my children? Honestly,
I think if we don't give them, I think if we can't give them results, they'll definitely do it. If I mean, like maybe you can hold us hostage, or I yeah okay we we need to get that. If you're not here, everything's gone down here, and
correct.
they might not care about that, but as long as you've got as long as we can get what they need, we can buy you time. Once if you time to prepare, time to find people, time to figure things out.
I would say that if you found what they are searching for, would they not be even more finished with the world here down beneath the surface?
Right.
If
That's
they're
right. Like that's
yeah,
if we find this, they're supposed to leave. That's the deal. Right? Am I wrong?
Mm.
And then we don't even have to worry about the forest burning.
I simply
and maybe there's something else you could get off of them. The Underdark in a lot of ways.
Indeed.
You kind of are the Underdark, and
Hmm.
they're here to kill Illithids. And if you've got say you know where Illithids are found, say you might be willing to direct them.
I
They get what
believe
they're looking for.
you might all require a brief history lesson. Time is difficult when you live as long as I and experience time differently. I believe you would call it millennia ago. This place was not. You nor I would be able to survive it. What you call the illithid, the makers, placed me and other effects to create a habitable place. It was partially there, but they placed me down below to take that which was naturally made and turn it into the air that you all now breathe. And then me and my kin spread, and the gods and the nature did the rest. These, what do you call them now?
Gith Yankee.
Not their original name, but we'll use it. Were subjugated long ago. They used to tend my forest underneath the Maker's watch. And much, much more. They were strong, powerful builds, psionically gifted, very useful, very unhappy. Underneath their hero, Gith was their name, they rose up, struck down the Makers, and then they left my view. You can give the Gith Yankee, as they now call themselves. Funny what so much time will do. Whatever they want, but they will never stop destroying. Give them what they want now, and they will still know that as long as I exist, that some of the Makers may yet still hide in my domain. And that is a thought that they cannot and will not ever accept.
Then will you attack them?
My children are plentiful to a degree. However, they bring fire. I can lend some, but to attack them outside of this forest would diminish the effect greatly. Their strength is here, not where they now reside.
We are not their friends. I really don't like them. But we are under their claws. We need the sword, the artifact, so we can be in a better position so we can do something.
I can get you all near the abyss.
Is there something down there that might do you a favor? I
The
mean,
abyss?
let's say, yeah, we have to go down there, get that artifact. Nothing we can do about that, but maybe we can bring somebody or something up. That'll give you an edge, something you can use, that you can work with.
The abyss is home to demonkind. If you would seek to bring an ally or make some kind of deal, you shall not find any assistance with any boon I can grant. The sword could be of use. You are not beholden to my forest. I know and have seen many of your similar kind. The makers at the height spanned many places like this. I know that I'm but one of many, and yet they were torn down, small piece by small piece. It would also be possible, I think, to do the same to those that did it to the makers. Here. You could also, again, descend into the abyss with all the perils that brings.
I think at this point, Amara would finally pipe up in the background. Well, I mean, if we want to take them down, right? That's what you're saying. Start to fight against the Gith here to keep them from destroying the rest of the Underdark. Wouldn't it be, since we have a week to prepare, if we're sure we can be back in a week, wouldn't it be best to be as prepared as possible with any plans we need and such like that? And this artifact could be part of a plan if so needed.
Indeed. I will attempt to prepare as many of my children as I can to defend this place. Even if you are not here, I shall die before I let any of my forest be soiled by these upstarts. I am the spore seed, and I will not let my domain fall silent. However, I know my weaknesses, and so do they.
I don't I don't think we can turn on them here. At least not without leverage and not without, if we swing now, maybe we can pull out a miracle and knock that camp over, but they're just gonna smash our people topside into the ground before we can do anything about it.
It would seem, Hong Huzi, that you would have a week to gain leverage.
Yeah. Speaking of that leverage, Yeah, I guess. Would you be and like am I also the person who's like holding on to the locating device?
Yeah. So, and as a reminder, you have a small magical object which will indicate whether or not like what you're looking at is what Lakeith wants you to find, and you have a large orb that basically is a massive like locate object spell that can span miles and miles and miles and miles, but you have to have seen the object before to use it.
Right.
So I will say you probably have both if at this point.
So yeah, yeah. Uh, we're both pretty sure it's the sword. And you said you're pretty sure you knew where it was, but would you be able to look in like would you be able to look into this to check that it's the right that it's where you remember it being?
Yeah, this figure will the spore seed will extend out one of its hands, graceful. You see it focus in the image of this brightly glowing divine blade kind of appears in the image of the orb, and kind of a bright beam of light extends out to one direction, and it kind of nods. Yes. It's towards the abyss. What is, I sense, though, a piece of the Maker's design on your person, Hong Huzi.
I'll slowly like kind of like I pulled out like the little thing that Lucky gave us. Like, do you mean this?
Indeed.
Yeah, this is supposed to go off in its presence.
Kind of like hands you back the artifact, and you see as the sportsy kind of regards this piece of illithid tech, one of the eyes kind of goes dark and travels up the arm and into this piece of illithid machinery, and it is filled with like this bright green emerald light, and then it comes back up into its face. The sword is powerful. The blade able to cut through much, able to cut through injustice. You do not seek it by the upstart's commands.
Oh.
That is not what this is. This is a key to open a door that has not been opened in, you would say, thousands of years.
Do you know what's on the other side of that door?
Yes. You see the spore seed places this piece of illithid tech, this key, on top of the orb, and again the emerald glow from one of its eyes descends into this artifact, spiraling. In a way, Lowry, you can recognize this kind of divinatory magic from your mentor, powerful, seeing across the plane, and the potential to see beyond it. You can see briefly this almost chitinous door. This like looks like, you know, the size of a typical door almost, but made of this slightly carapace, flesh-like material. And then the picture zooms out to a very dark chamber, and you can see the door is not attached to a wall or a building. You see what looks to be a very strange sight. You can see that door is connected to what looks like almost kind of like a nautilid shell. This like massive kind of organic like nautiloid shape shell with these large tendrils extending out of the front, magical runes and energy spiraling all around it. This alien mixture of technology and magic, and you can see it floating above the ground, just hovering, waiting. You can see these like large tendrils extending around the front, kind of just searching, waiting. This massive, floating like one of the Gith Yankee airships, this massive, strange device. You seek the Maker's Nautilus, what they use to travel between worlds, planes, and beyond. Their ship.
Oh. Oh. Shit.
That's really fucking cool.
Before their fall, the Makers made many great designs. And we'll kind of extend both the magical items back towards you.
Then take it. It looks. Yeah. Or would we be going toward the abyss either for both of them, or
No. Unfortunately. The Nautilus has been hidden deep by the Makers. There are not many left.
would you say that if we were looking to say acquire both, how long do you think it would take us?
I forget. Can humanoids manipulate time at will, or is that not a Then I believe it might be quite difficult if you all were to go as one group.
Do you think I could buy? Do you think I could buy a couple of months? They don't have to know about us acquiring a sword, certain very useful item, and there it goes. And we can still go digging for their Nautilus. Yeah.
I know not if you could buy more time.
Well, hey, I can do some talking. Yeah, I can do some talking. And I've got information, and more time means more defenses you can prepare. More time you can think. More time you can plan. Maybe I buy you more time. I buy you the solution. Yeah.
Time is unless you plan on giving me generations, time as it goes on will not make my situation better. I could send my children waves upon waves on what I'm assuming is a fortified position for the upstarts. But without my presence, my proximity, they would fall upon their silvered swords. Without something, time means nothing to me.
Would the sword help you? Would the sword help you? Could you use it? Would it help?
I suppose that I could use a sword if I needed to. I think it would help one of you much more.
Yeah, right there. Okay. On Anja. Yeah, you wanna let's we talk for a little. Everybody. Yeah, let's all talk for a little bit. Uh,
All right, group huddle.
yeah. Apparently, the sword and the thing we actually need to get are in different directions.
So the
Yeah,
sword is
I think
not
it's
what we needed?
Nope.
no.
Y'all are searching for a Nautilus.
Okay.
A certain something. I don't know if it's illicit tech or for something for them, but it's yeah to let them travel everything.
Hmm.
Probably why she sent us after it after we broke the other thing.
Okay.
So where's that thing?
I mean, a line shot out in the opposite direction from the sword. So you know the rough kind of northeast, southwest direction.
It was that second glowing line you saw. Yeah.
Rob, do we now have the ability to kind of like switch between it? Like now that's been activated, we can like kind of be like, we want to go to the sword or we want to go to the mouth. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Well, we need more strength, but our mission is getting this ship.
It's our priority regardless.
But we're the ones with all the information. So if I go out there and tell them that we need some more time because we need to go to the abyss and then we need to go in the opposite direction. I think they just have to take it. And hey, maybe we can do more than and hey, if we got more than a couple weeks, more than a week to work with, maybe we can figure something out. Maybe when we come back.
Hopefully. I mean,
But what if they don't take it? What if they demand that we do it faster?
Then we just tell them we can't have what they want faster. They either get what they want or they don't. They get what they want by giving us more time, or don't get what they want by not giving us enough time. I don't think they have much of an option.
Exactly. We got him. This time we got. It's not much of a barrel, but we got him over it. So let's work it.
There is one thing that's been bothering me. Isn't the abyss where those slots are from?
no.
No. They're from Limbo. They're chaos incarnate.
Right.
Yay! And there's a
Well,
lot
Uzi doesn't have to know the answer
loose.
to that question, so he's just worried. Is that?
Y'all learned that when Elenia was around. Rest in peace, Elenia. Yeah. They're from Limbo. They're chaos incarnate, and now there's a bunch of them loose on the surface. So,
do I know anything about the abyss? Does Throck know anything about the abyss?
roll a religion check or an arcana check. I don't think it makes a difference for Throck.
Could I roll something?
Sure, you can do one of those.
Actually, religion is something Throck knows about.
Great. Yeah, the abyss are where demons are from. It's a tumultuous and ever-changing place full of different pockets of demons that all want to kill you or kind of like put you under their thrall. Amara, this is 16. You know that generally how the abyss works is it's Honestly, what I'm gonna kind of liken it to is one of those games where you start as like a small sphere, and as you pick up more spheres, you grow in size. Where basically, the more powerful a demon is, the more of the abyss it kind of takes up and changes to its liking until like a bigger, more powerful demon comes up and makes that some weaker demon's domain part of its domain. So it's a bunch of like pockets full of demons under some more powerful demon's sway, whether that's like a demon lord or just a powerful demon. Yeah.
Do
Sometimes
we
you can
want
pull some out.
do we want to risk ourselves for a sword?
Depends on how nice the sword is and how much we can figure out the chance of it helping us be more successful in the upcoming fight.
No, I mean it seemed pretty uncorrupted, and it's been down there so long. Even believing it exists is apparently like elves have forgotten about it. And I mean,
And it can quote cut through injustice as a reminder.
Yeah, and that Honghuzi chooses to not remember that part because that sounds vaguely like being anti-criminal, and that's categorically unacceptable.
Like Honghuzi touches it and just like.
And yeah, we're thinking positive here. Positive. So yeah, and I mean, if it's still there and it still works, it sounds damn useful, damn valuable. Think we could do it.
Well, I can always get us there quickly by turning us all into wind again.
Yeah, I want to know how far away both of our objectives are, at least with some sort of knowledge. That way we can plan a bit better.
So I'm going to say that we'll assume by wind. So the abyss is about 2-day one-way journey, so it'd be a 4-day there and back. So you have 3 days in the abyss to find the sword. And the Nautilus is a 3-day by wind journey, so you'd have a day to grab the Nautilus and get back as wind. You can tell from the orb.
Okay, so yeah, you're gonna say, like, I assume like you communicate that far.
Yes, about that.
That means,
give or take.
Then I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna ask for a month. And like even if they argue me down to half that, we can still make it work.
I mean, I could just teleport us there.
That's all the more reason for me to argue him down, yeah?
Okay.
Because yeah, that's more time means teleport just this is good.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get very, very familiar. Well, so I have a question spell-wise for teleport. Because I have an associated object, which is the locate spell thing, would that help me go on target for stuff?
Yes, there's still always obviously a chance that you will either mishap or get to the wrong
It says
place.
with associated object, I'm on target 100% of the time.
Okay. Let me look at the wording of it then.
Yeah.
I think I'm thinking of scry.
Okay.
But let me check what it says here.
Lowry's gonna pop up under like someone's elbow. Hi. If you'd like me to check, I can. Hi.
Hey.
I can check with my boss. She's very long-lived. She might be able to help you narrow down your search, and she's usually pretty good at finding things. She likes helping people.
Who's your boss?
Oh, she's really great. She's the best boss ever.
and also as a clarification, associated object is something you possess an object taken from the desired destination within the last 6 months. So it would not
Gotcha.
qualify. I would say it would take you from like description to seen casually. So
Yeah.
basically you'd
Okay.
have like a 50-50, a
Yeah.
little better than a 50-50
Okay.
shot of getting on target.
Okay.
But-
I mean,
Yeah.
and then still like a 60-something shot of being at least
Off target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off target. Yeah. So that's
But-
not bad. I like them odds.
So,
But
so
oh yeah,
get
but
that
anyway,
conversation about the boss.
so how do you think your boss can help just because she's old?
Well, I mean, she knows a lot of stuff and she has a lot of great connections and she talks to a lot of people all the time and people are always going to her asking for advice or help or for, just whatever they need. But if you don't want me to ask, I'll butt out.
I'm gonna look at everyone else and be like,
I can't hurt. That's yes, please.
right,
Thank
it can't
you.
hurt.
Okay, great. Would I have a sending stone to her?
Totally.
Or is there some weird connection that we have?
You know what? I imagine that if you like get out like a cauldron or something and do like a certain like potion or spell that like like a vision of her will kind of like Zoom call you and like
I would like to conjure a giant toadstool mushroom.
Perfect.
And from the white spots, there's like a little image of her that pops up. Hey, boss.
Amazing. As like you see Lowry just step down and this like massive like red and white toadstool just appears like boop, 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 and then kind of bubbling out of the white spots you see this like kind of like older woman in this like kind of like it's a strange like it's a very obviously like scavenged robe, but it's got like some stitching to patch up holes and like there's like a little garland of flowers of all sorts of different flowers and lots of different bags full of different materials that Proserpina you recognize as like alchemical components. And this like kind of gnarled like wizened face, but like as opposed to like like the stereotypical like growling like wrinkled, it's like all like smile line wrinkles and like just kind of hello Lowry, so good to hear from you again. How are you doing, darling?
I'm doing really good. I made it to the Myconid. I haven't found a girlfriend yet, but I am still looking. Have you heard from those other adventurers that I made that I helped?
Oh, they're doing great. I fixed that whole family curse situation. We made a great deal. Can you believe that some people just have like generational curses? It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a little strange. So I've made some new friends, as you can see, and she can see you all.
Hello. I'm Alessandra. So nice to meet all of you.
They're looking for a big sword thingy and also a shell with big tentacles coming out of it. And I was wondering if you maybe knew of anything like that or had seen what was it called
again? All right, I'm gonna turn to you all. So Lowry has a lot of really good skills, but descriptions is not one of them. So could you maybe get a little more specific as to what we're looking for?
Yeah, right. The sword. It's legendary blade, lost in the abyss. Cut through injustice.
Oh, I know the one. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing is the ancient illithid vessel. I believe it's called the Nautilus. To travel through time and space.
You all are in the real stuff. Okay, we're not fixing little curses or marital aids here today. Okay.
Wait, you said marital aids?
Yes. Listen, not all hag deals are like, for souls or whatever. Sometimes people just want to have better sex. I don't know. So, all right. So
that H word didn't go past Anja. I'm just saying. You just kind of see her go.
So we're looking for a truth blade, and we're looking for a nautilus. Ooh, we're not dreaming small. So what did you want from me to help with? What was the best case scenario?
Oh, can you narrow down their search, or maybe speed up their ability to get to and back here? There's also some Gith Yankee that are about to burn down the forest, and they're gonna help me stop it.
Oh, you're just isn't she just the sweetest? I'm so glad I took you in. Oh, okay. Wow. Do you all not know where the things are then? Are you looking for location?
I think you said images help with you and teleport, right? Well, I mean, Andre.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you need help teleporting to a place.
I need to up my familiarity with it. Maybe viewing it through a dream or something. Fuck.
It's like you've interacted with me before. That's exactly what I could do. So, I can't. If you were here, I could maybe teleport you. Directly
Where are you
there,
at?
But well, I'm way far away from where you all are right now. I'm kind of way outside of Vixby Harbor. If you've ever heard of it.
And
I don't know. Let's see. Have I heard of it?
No.
Let's see. Has she heard of it?
Who's gonna just kind of squint at her for a second as perhaps a couple neurons fire. Does she look perhaps exactly like a certain elf we met once upon a time?
No. She bears some resemblance in that she has this kind of aged kind of. Actually, no, not at all, because that elf was looked like in the prime of their life, and this clearly is a very old woman. So no, not at all.
Okay.
And yeah, Andre, you definitely know of it. It's in Mercia, which is the whole other province from Lindsay in the former Human Empire. It's a fairly large port. So you know of it because it probably traded a lot.
It's in the north, yeah.
Yeah, but that's it's way. You've probably never been there. You wouldn't have had a reason to go there, I would say.
Yeah. If I would have not 20'd, I would have been like, oh yeah, I've totally been there.
Totally.
But I didn't. But have I been?
But what I could definitely do with 100% success rate is any of you, whichever you, I'm assuming, dearie, what's your name? Sorry. I'm Alessandra.
Anja?
Pleasure to meet you, Anja.
Thanks.
Anja, I could, when you dream, send you as close to the sword as I can kind of project you there, and because of how dreams work, that would count as you have been to that place, and as I understand it, really helps you arcane type people teleport.
Okay.
Now, I will say...
What do you want in return?
We'll get right there. I will say it'll be a lot easier for me to get you near the sword than the Nautilus. I don't know exactly where that is, but if Illithid love hiding things, and they do it really well. So I can get you as close as I can, but I can't promise you that it's gonna be spot on.
Okay, well, if you can get me, if we got 100% shot at that sword, I think we can go to that first. I just have to fall asleep and dream.
Right. No,
I'm gonna look over at Laurie. Do you have any mushrooms for that?
Oh, not on me right now, but I can get you some. It just takes me a few minutes to conjure them.
Okay.
This is important. So, I wouldn't, isn't it? So, I'm just gonna put it out there. I am a hag. I know that that has a lot of connotations
Mm-hmm.
to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say I am not a dream eater. If you've encountered anything that maybe has made deals to take dreams from you, or you made a deal with and it had an unintended consequence, that's a dream eater.
I
There's
haven't.
also other kinds of hags. Good. Okay, great. That means you can dream still. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I
if you
haven't done
had,
it. Mm-hmm.
so you have met one.
Mm.
Then,
He's dead.
Not what. Don't.
yeah. Well,
We should not ask. What's
hags
we should.
predominantly don't use he, him pronouns, so yeah, I kind of put that together.
No. She, she's referring to the previous interaction. It's
Right.
not
Do
good.
you, did they kind of like present as like an elf with a kind of charming drawl?
You know her.
What name did she give you all?
What name did she give us?
If you remember. Oh, do you not if you write it down?
I am running tech for I have a question. Does the players whose character whose dream they ate wrote it down?
You write down who you sold all your dreams to?
I do not.
Did you not write it down?
I did in my other notebook that got eaten by the dog.
Oh, gotcha. You know, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna move past. So, listen, I am a being that really tries to put a lot of positivity out in the world and like help a lot of people. Laura can vouch for that. But I'm just gonna say straight up that she's a bitch. Just like straight up, like fully a bitch. Not her true name because I don't know her true name because that would be a whole thing. But a more accurate name for whatever she gave you would be Vasilisa.
She's the worst.
Just the absolute worst.
Oh, you know
right?
her too?
Well, I've never met her, but I have met people who interacted with her. But the stories that my boss told me are just awful.
They just usually can't even dream, which is it has a lot of consequences. It basically means you give up your soul. So anyway, I'm not gonna go off on Vasilisa, right? No, go off.
It's okay. You know what? You're allowed to not like people. It's fine.
Well, I prefer positivity, and so calling people the bitches and like.
But that can be a little bit toxic. Like that can be just a little bit toxic. Like sometimes you have to let like the emotion that you're feeling just feel. So if you're angry, be a little angry, just let it pass. And when you get over that, then you can get back to your positivity.
You know, you're totally right.
I know.
I should let myself feel. Mm-hmm. It's just, you know, when you live this long and
I understand.
The stories I could tell.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
It's okay. Like we understand. You're fine. You've been a great help so far.
I do my best.
Laria was right about you. I'm half elf, so dreaming can be a little iffy for me. But we can try this. We can try this, right?
If you make the deal and Lowry does what she does best, we shouldn't have an issue there because if you didn't have the dream, I wouldn't be holding up my end of the bargain, which I cannot physically or magically do. I have to.
Yeah.
At least through some letter of the wording of the deal, follow through.
Okay. Absolutely. Can I roll an insight check? Just
Of course.
Just to like get a general. It's like.
Yeah.
Is it like reading Lowry's body language, this hag's body language? Is this a genuinely positively toxic positive hag? like, all right, come on, dirty 20.
Everything seems on the up and up. Like she legitimately I mean, it's kind of hard to get like an exact read of this person through this like magic, but like. Reading fully off Lowry's body language and reactions and how she's talking, like either Lowry has been duped beyond dupes, or this is legitimately like a very good hag that has done a lot of good things.
All right. You know what? There are good hags in this world. There are good hags in this world. Okay. What do you need? What do you need from me to do this?
Yeah. So this is the part that's always the most awkward, because of course, hag magic doesn't work if there isn't something on the other side. But then it's like, I have to take something I don't. But well, you have to give something. I can never take anything, which you think would lead to more good aligned individuals, right? Like you can't take anything. Everything has to be freely
What do you
given.
need from me, please?
Yes, okay. Sorry, Larry, stop me when I do my rambling thing again. You always do such a good job with that. Okay. Well, so you're just looking for a dream. So that's not too large a thing. A pretty standard thing that I do is maybe like a memory, like something of somewhat significance to you, and you just won't remember it. Something that you would miss a little, but wouldn't change you as a person. Because of that, I can do that, and it's not too invasive. It feels like. I could also. You're a wizard, so you could lose some of like the knowledge that you have of the arcane, like lose the ability to cast some of the spells you know.
She looks genuinely insulted at that idea.
You could always relearn them, you just wouldn't know them now. Like.
Oh, what about a performance?
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. A performance. So actually, yes. If you all, can you all perform?
Actually, yeah, I can dance. I can dance.
God damn it.
Great. No interpretive dancing. We're not allowed to accept that. There's a clause.
Do you need like a...
It doesn't have to be that kind of dancing. I can do a lot of dancing.
Do you need a song? Or...
He's very good at dancing.
There's a large range of what performance is.
Do you...
Oh, do any of you know slam poetry? The Myconids are really good at slam poetry.
You wouldn't think so, but they really are. They invented it, you know.
They did.
I don't do that, no.
Do we want to...
I can do magic tricks, that's about it.
Do we want to, I mean...
Okay. Well, I like this.
What is your favorite thing to see performed?
Oh, you wouldn't have to perform for me. So I have two ideas. So either you could help Larry out by maybe performing during like a date, or to help her court, impress someone. I think would be maybe pretty cool. Because this is
so sweet.
I mean, right, not so much for me.
You need me to be her wing lady? I could be your wing lady.
Yes.
You have wings?
If you would. No, Larry, this is one of those expressions that we talked about.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
I know. You're training. We need to spend a lot more time on literal versus figurative speech, because wording is very important in what I do. Anyway, yes, you know what, Anja, if you would help my precious Larry court an eligible whatever they desire among the gender spectrum, then I would be happy to bestow you and your party helpful dreams for tonight.
Yes!
Terrific. So, you can't shake my hand. So what I need to do, and out of the mushroom, a small little scroll appears. If you could just sign your name there to agree to those terms. And it... Terrific! So, you just have to do that before you die. If you just do it kind of now, Lowry's kind of in the ideal place for the kind of individual she's looking for, so that'd be really good. But the dreams will come tonight, because I don't want to limit it. Like love takes time. I don't want to rush that kind of thing, so, yeah.
Okay, so... I'm gonna look
Is
over
there
at
anything else I
Larry.
can help with?
I think we got this. I think we can do this. I am
Great.
very capable. I once pulled an entire group of adventurers who barely knew each other together, and we practically almost saved the world.
Great. Well, and also, Larry, if they need any extra help or you think they might need any of the trinkets I gave you, you know what to do with all of those. Keep doing amazing, sweetheart. I'm so proud of you. Goodbye. It was a pleasure to meet you all. And
Bye. I'll do my best. I'll get all my deals in writing this time.
thank you. It's very important. And and like an explosion of like little butterflies and spores, the image of Alessandra disappears.
Isn't she just the best?
Oh, that's so cool!
There
Find out how you
is-
get if you snorted that.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
There is.
Feel a little
What?
dizzy.
I can do-
dizzy.
I can take poison.
Anja
Oh, it's
has.
not poison. You just get very, very high for like a month.
Hey,
Oh, he can
Stop.
handle that.
with the shenanigans, we have a date to find. And I pull out this notebook and my quill, and I was like, young lady, what is your type?
Mushroom girl.
Mushroom girl.
Nice.
Nice.
Likes good tea.
Good
Likes plants. That's very important.
Enjoys nature. Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mind my line of work.
What is your line of work?
I'm a hag in training.
Okay, a hag in training. Okay.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a hag, but it's like hag light.
Mhm.
Like I'm hag adjacent right now.
Hag adjacent.
I'm working on
okay.
it.
Mm-hmm. 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 Rob, I don't know if what kind of role to make this for, but I was in college and I met a lot of different types of people.
Yeah.
Could I do a roll to see if I know anybody who is an eligible bachelorette that fits any of these?
Yeah, of course. I'm not in the business of saying no to when people want to make roles for mushroom girlfriend knowledge.
I would like to
so
find a mushroom girlfriend
make
through my
me
social circle.
an intelligence. Make me a charisma history check.
A charisma history. Okay.
Yes.
Let
Have
me.
Have you gotten in with hot mushroom circles in the past in your history?
Yeah. Okay. So history charisma. So I'm just gonna change. I don't know, because I know you can change the stat that you roll it with.
Yeah. You can also just do it manually, basically.
Myconinder.
Yeah.
You would just so it would just be minus 4 to this roll. So it'd be a plus
great.
5. It'd be it's a d20 plus 5 for this
Great.
history. Okay. Come on. Oh. Okay, hold on. Shh. Hold on.
Oh.
Fuck it. I'm gonna use the nat 20 that Sarah gifted me at the beginning
for knowing.
For this. Like, this is what it's for. Yes.
So, I think Val and Sarah, you two need to tell me about this eligible mushroom bachelorette that Anja knows that recently transferred down to the big city.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
Collaboratively.
Let's say.
That's a nat 20. I mean.
Yeah. She should be a nature cleric dwarf.
Yes.
Okay.
With a beautiful beard.
With a beautiful beard. That she does cute little braids in it. I'm like describing. Her name is Matilda Jadestone.
Okay. Yeah.
And last that I knew her, which was just a couple months ago, I saw her. She was still single. she was finishing her like nature and training stuff as well. She really loves nature so much that she like worships it. But one time we had this conversation, and this is why I think this would be really, 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 really good for you. One time we had this conversation because it's just like, oh, what's good, what's evil, that kind of philosophical bullshit. She was like evil is not a trait that someone is born with. It is something that they learn. And so I don't think she would have an issue with a very nice little hag in training.
Really? You think so?
Correct.
She sounds really nice. I'd like to meet her.
Mm-hmm.
Her blue skin turns like a bright pink across her nose and cheeks. She is a real person, right? You're not pulling my leg?
Absolutely, she's a real person, I promise.
Okay.
Last I heard, however, she was in Molja, but
Okay.
I am magical. I can find out where she's at, and then we can go to where she's at. How does that sound?
That sounds fantastic.
Okay. It's time to cast sending.
So what's your sending to Matilda Jadestone?
To Matilda Jadestone. Hey Matilda, it's Anja. I met somebody, that's one word, who would like to meet you. Where can I find you? It's important.
Hey, Anja. So good to hear ya. I would love to meet your friend. Unfortunately, I'm down in the Underdark, so might be a bit far. You used a nat 20!
It's true, I did. I'd be like, oh, what a coincidence. I'm casting sending again.
Yeah.
Oh, what a coincidence. I'm in the Underdark too. Where in the Underdark are you?
That's so crazy. I'm in the first ever Myconid forest. It's so much nature and so beautiful, and I'm loving it here. Wish you were here.
Okay, so I had a few words left on that last sending, so I'll just finish them up. It's like, hey, go towards the fireworks, and I'm gonna use prestidigitation to like choo into the cavern. Like, it doesn't make any noise, but it's like the lights. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She happens to be here, by the way.
Oh, she's here?
She's here.
Do I need more mushrooms? Do I look okay? Is my hair okay? I had to pull out a chunk earlier. Is it all right?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Should I cut it? Should I change it?
I'm gonna like prestidigitation your hair to be smooth. And then I'm gonna put some waves in it. There you go. See? You're fine.
My hair hasn't done this for so long.
Oh god.
Normally it just goes.
Please, Matilda, find us quickly.
I want a perception check from Lowry.
God. 20 for a 24.
So, this is not going to initially sound like a nat 20, but follow me on this.
Okay.
So, Lowry, you are like nervously pacing around underneath these fireworks, waiting for like Matilda to show up, when all of a sudden, bam, you slam into someone and you both like fall over, and like a bunch of mushrooms spread all over the ground. And you were like ass over tea kettle, like knocked over.
Oh my! I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Are you alright? Did I hurt anything? Did I break anything? Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, and as you kind of like get up, you can see a dwarf woman, kind of like a kind of strawberry blonde hair, kind of set into two. Also, I'm gonna say set into like a large braid down her back. Braided beard that kind of like matches the long braid down in off of her hair. Kind of like uh, bright blue eyes, and had you can see you knocked over a tote bag, but the tote is a mushroom that has like a pocket that you just knocked all the other mushrooms out of. You can see a like holy symbol with this like picture and depiction of like the world tree, and just like a bunch of like healing potions and like clerical equipment, and uh, just wearing this very basically like wearing like gardening equipment and an outfit like just this woman is like fully just like, I'm about to garden today, but I want to look cute while I do it. um and she kind of like looks at you in the mushrooms. She kind of like blushes as you briefly make eye contact, and she immediately looks back down on the ground. No, it's fine, thank you so much. I'm so sorry, I'm so clumsy. I'm the
Matilda!
Oh, hey Onja.
What a coincidence!
Kind of like shyly putting the mushrooms back in her like mushroom tote. It's like a like mushroom cap made into a tote bag.
Oh, this is your friend. Hi. Hi.
Hi,
hello.
Matilda. I'd like to introduce you to my friend Lowry. She's the one that wanted to meet you.
Oh, hi. I'm Matilda. Kind of like extends a hand out, like not sure what to do.
Lowry's frozen.
Yeah. Kind of like it moves the hand back.
Make mage hand move Lowry's hand up to shake it.
He does the Weekend at Bernie's jerk up.
I imagine just the pure amount of palm sweat from both of these women. Like in the most stiff handshake. Like, I really like your hair.
Thanks.
What, so is everything okay? Orange,
Matilda, there you are. I hope you're doing so nice. I'm gonna get right to the point. Lowry here is looking for a really cute mushroom girlfriend, and you are a really cute mushroom girlfriend.
The brightest red face.
Lowry is also beat red at that.
So I am
She's looking at her shoes.
They're both just looking at the shoes.
I am here to set up a date.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know if you know.
Matilda, you have been. How many times have we been drinking and you together, and you always just told me, Anja, I wish I just knew someone who loved mushrooms as much as I do. Like, I just wish that there would be somebody with really cute hair. Like, how many times have you told me that? And I have delivered. I will help you today. And I'm gonna like process it, like wipe the sweat off of both of them. Now, this is what's gonna happen. Both of you will tell me privately if you could be in the perfect place to have a date with another cute mushroom girl. What would it look like? An inside place, though. What would it look like?
Oh, an inside place.
Does it have to be inside? Could it be outside?
It has to be inside.
Oh, okay.
The inside could look like outside, but it has to be inside.
Lowry's racking her brain for what's pretty inside where there's no nature.
Yeah. I guess like maybe a really big garden. That's
really big
that's
garden?
inside with nature.
Okay. No,
if it has walls, it's technically inside something.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Mm-hmm. So really, really big, beautiful garden. Okay. Stand back, everyone. And I'm gonna use my 7th level spell slot. And I'm so glad I'm doing this. And so essentially, you just like Anja just like holds out her hands and closes her eyes and breathes it and breathes out, and you just see like this little swirl like in the air just kind of start to form, and it spirals and spirals and spirals until a red door appears. And I will go to the door, I will open it, and I will take a bow after you, my ladies.
After you,
No,
of
after
course.
you.
No, of course. Please.
No, please you. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll
Unless
go.
you
Okay.
really want me, and
Lowry will go through the door.
Okay.
Yeah, Climate doesn't go in. I'm still very bashfully.
So Anja casted Magnificent Mansion. So yeah. Essentially, y'all walk into this grandiose marble foyer with like a spiraling staircases and like several doors you could on the balcony that you could see leading somewhere, but like in sort of like the on the bottom floor where the opening of the staircases sort of meet, there is like another grander door there. And I'm just gonna mage hand push the ladies forward. It's like, keep going, and there's for you.
Oh, sure, I'm here. Okay.
And everybody else could follow in, like behind us. This is the first time Anja has done this, by the way.
As you walk through the door, well, after watching that whole scene, Throck's just gonna lean over to Proserpina and Hong Huzi and be like, "What was that?"
You're muted, Obi.
Despite their drink.
Oh.
I feel like I should. Is it morally wrong to spike their drinks in this situation? Because I am so frustrated. I want progress.
You know, I should tell you no, but I agree with you.
Everyone could probably just watch Amara walk away. She's done watching this. She's gone off to visit some stupid portion of the forest off in the middle of nowhere.
Amara, maybe you will notice that there is a door on the balcony. There are plaques, and everybody's name is on these plaques, like for a different door.
She would have been gone long before that.
Okay.
As soon as the opera gets happened,
so if you go inside, yeah, for sure.
Mara's not one for meet cutes. Okay.
So if anyone wants to go to their designated room, they can.
By designated room, you mean Hong Huzi is trying to figure out how he can get these girls drink to loosen up.
Oh, it's happening. Don't worry, it's there.
So yeah, you and Matilda enter what I'm assuming you make as.
So it's my mansion. The doors sort of seem to open up on their own as y'all approach them, and you walk in, and you just get a whiff of what smells like fresh air and plant, as there is a nice little patio, like stone patio table with an umbrella, and you see by like multiple unseen servants just like serving up your favorite foods. Like, you never told anyone what your favorite foods are, but they're being served along with some wine. And one of the coat-tailed he's invisible, but like his
coattails are not.
His coattails are not. And the shirt just kind of gives a bow and pulls out the chairs for the two of you.
You first. I went through the door first. You have to do the chair first.
Okay, that makes sense. Like quickly, like sits down, looking down.
Lowry will push in her chair for her as she sits.
Blushes, like fully does like this, and I just like can't function for a second.
Lowry forgets that she needs to sit and then sits.
And as you sit, you see quickly she casts a little spell, and a little vine comes up and pushes your chair in.
Oh.
Anja closes the doors. But like all of her, like all of the aspects of her, because that's what it's like. But just unseen servants. So it's like through them she can manipulate everything. But privacy.
That's adorable.
So lots of pretty plants here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a blue one over there.
Oh, that is very blue. There's a yellow one over there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like tea?
Oh, I love tea.
Would you like some hibiscus tea? I have very good hibiscus tea.
That sounds really good.
Okay. And she will duck down so she's hidden by the table and have a mini freak out as she goes through her bag to get out the tea.
And Matilda will take a second to also have a freak out after having that long of a conversation with you. I'm assuming you come back up with hibiscus tea.
I love this so much.
Just briefly takes it, sips it. That's really good hibiscus tea. Thank you.
There's gonna be a little tug on Matilda's pants leg.
Mm-hmm. Kind of looks down.
There's a raccoon with a cheese platter on its back.
Kind of like only so one eye is making eye contact because that's less awkward. Do you like raccoons or cheese?
Yes to both.
Okay, we'll take the full raccoon with the cheese platter and put it on the table.
Oh, he's so cute. What's your name? She's gonna boop it with Speak with Animals.
Bandit.
Oh, that's right on the nose. I like it.
And you see Matilda's also cast Speak with Animals. Oh, I think Bandit's a very good name for the raccoon.
Thanks, the elf that created me 5 minutes ago gave it to me.
Oh, that's... Do you want some cheese?
I've never had cheese before, but thanks.
You should try some cheese. I think you might like it.
Mm-hmm.
Or here, and you see Matilda pulls out of one of the pouches a bunch of mixed trail kind of mixed lots of different little snacks for the raccoon.
The bandit will take this and look around to find the teapot with the water in it, and he'll go and he'll wash the cheese in the teapot before he'll eat it. Because I don't know if you guys know that about raccoons. They wash their food before they eat it. That's why they're called wash bears. He's like, thanks, as he does that, he stands up and all the cheese just falls up off his back and rolls and oops, sorry.
No, that's okay.
I'm not really a raccoon.
It's fine, the dirt just adds a little flavor. It's fine.
I'm not really a raccoon, I'm just an aspect of the mansion.
Oh, so we can't I can't adopt you and make you my raccoon son.
Anytime you come inside this mansion, I will be your raccoon son.
Okay. I mean, unless that's weird, saying that, looking down.
No, it's not weird at all. I think you're very, very cool. And I'm gonna look over at Laurie. Isn't this the coolest person that you have ever met?
Oh yeah, I really like talking to other druids because they know a lot about flowers and a lot about animals, and also they don't look at me weird when I start talking to flowers and animals.
See, and I'm gonna look over at Matilda. Bandit, for this aspect of Anja that is this raccoon. We'll look over at Matilda and be like, see, she really, really, really likes everything about you. Do you want more cheese?
It's it starts drinking tea so she doesn't have to talk. I also like to talk to people who can talk to plants and animals because I think they are really fun to talk to, and I think that you're very fun to talk to. Just like breathing heavy after saying that compliment to you.
I have to help my friends with something, but maybe when I come back, we could talk to animals together. Or we can go talk to some mushrooms. There's some really pretty fungus over by the sewers. It's bioluminescent, and it has a lot of great stories to tell about the people.
I haven't even been by the sewers, so I didn't. I think that would be so fun. I've been talking to a bunch of non-glowing fungus, so that would be really nice. Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Then it's a date.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Wait,
is that how that works? She asked the raccoon.
The raccoon gives you a thumbs up with this little opposable thumb.
Yeah. That. Do you want to? You want this to be a date with me?
I mean, it could. I mean, it doesn't have to be a date if you don't want it to be a date, but it would be nice if it was a date.
I mean, I've just never been on a date with someone that's this pretty, so I just so I didn't know if you wanted it to be a date or if you were just being really nice. Because you seem really nice, but also pretty, so I'd love it to be a date. But I just figured this, since you're so pretty, you probably okay.
Let's make it a date.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
Yes, please. Okay. Would do you have to go? Because I would like to walk around the garden a little, if you would like.
I don't think I have to go right now, so we could go for a walk if you want.
Bandit pops up. This garden will be here for 24 hours.
I think I have 24 hours or until.
Okay.
Just make sure you contact your boss before Anja goes to sleep that everything went well.
Right. Oh, I should find
I think
Anja.
that's for you, not for me.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Can you let me know when she's ready to go to bed?
Yes.
Little raccoon
Sure,
friend?
somebody will let you know. Something will let you know.
Larry, would you like to? And like you see, she casts guidance on herself. Using her clerical ability. Would you like to hold hands while we walk around the garden?
Yes.
Okay, great.
My hands are a little sweaty. Hang on.
So are mine.
She's gonna wipe them on her dress first.
You see, she like conjures like a plant to like wipe her hands off.
We'll go for a little walk with her.
You two go on a walk. That I'm assuming comes only slightly less awkward through it. Amazing. Beautiful. So we will leave those two to enjoy their date in the park. I will say it is like pretty late in the evening. So what is the rest of the party doing while these two finish their meet cute?
Yeah, just to let you guys know that this will be like the mansion stays up 24 hours, so even I could have potentially too long rest, but before this mansion even decides to leave. And it stays here. No one can actually like get into it that I don't allow inside of it. It works like Tiny Hut, but better, because boy, is it really fucking hard to get into a mansion. It's good. And all of you, if you go to your rooms, like remember a couple episodes, she was like, describe to me what your room is. Like if you go in, that is what you're going to have, and at the beck and call of Anja's entities that are inside this mansion.
I know what Throck's room looks like.
Banquet halls.
Well, it's so he has like a mud jacuzzi. So it's like kind of like heated mud that kind of just like kind of sits there and boils. And he has just like one unseen servant with like that's kind of like the rotating sushi restaurant where
Yeah.
there's someone behind. It's just a sous chef that's just right
Yeah.
there preparing stuff constantly and then scraping the plates into his mouth as he sits there.
Does he also have a mimosa jacuzzi?
Yes, that's just
A
like a
mimosa fountain.
barrel.
Yes.
Well, just a barrel to the top of the room that has a hose going into his mouth, so he can kind of do both at the same time. Just have his mouth open and just drink and eat to his heart's content.
Amazing.
Oh, well, if we got a room, I'm gonna go take a bath. Nice, long, hot bath.
Don't worry, no one's gonna make any deals with you in that tub.
Unless somebody who's already in here wants to.
Yeah. Let me find the sponge.
They're like a raccoon just puts a sponge in your hand.
Thanks, bud.
Gives you a thumbs up. Like. I think Amara said she was going into the forest though.
I'm going out into the forest to just explore for a bit.
Great.
See if there's anything interesting.
Yeah, give me a investigation check.
Just wait for roll 20 to not be shitty and roll 29.
Ooh, that went about as well as I thought it would, you mostly rogue. Yeah, so you kind of continue looking around in this, massive fungal forest. I mean, it would take weeks, maybe months to explore all of it, but as you continue along, you come across a myconid not like one you've ever seen before. So it's still completely made out of mushrooms. However, it has kind of this like purplish psionic haze around it, and as you kind of approach it, it kind of like connects with you in a psionic way, in the same way that you can connect with someone to speak with them. Hello. Don't normally come across humanoids who can do this.
That's a gift. Like, looks very confused as to why they're not technically a gift. But
Well, how's it been treating you?
I mean, I don't speak normally anymore because of it. So good. Speaking isn't normally my favorite thing to do unless I have to. So being able to just project my thoughts to people makes it a little bit easier.
Never been able to speak, not how we work, but it's interesting to imagine what that would be like. Do you think you could try and show me?
She'll kind of like sit back on her heels for a second and think, yes?
And yeah, you feel this myconid trying to like connect with you on a like deeper psionic level to kind of like exchange thoughts and feelings.
Lets it happen.
Yeah. So can you kind of describe what you will send to this myconid? It seems curious about like speaking and being humanoid and not made of entirely plant matter. What do you want to show this myconid?
I guess what I'll show him is memories of learning to speak. So when she was smaller, she'd show him when she was learning different languages as well, because there's different spoken languages, and figured that would be interesting to him. basically send him everything she remembers from her biology classes on human biology and humanoid biology. And just, yeah, depending on how long they sit there, she'll sit there and meditate, essentially.
Yeah.
Show them all these images and maybe ask for some stuff in return. Be like, yo, like, how does it feel being a plant thing, you know?
Yeah. So, first of all, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but Mike and Id would never not have any pronouns because they don't reproduce like that. So, more accurate to say like it or them. But that is super interesting to them. So, could you give me like a performance check with advantage is what I would like from you. Because you chose like kind of the perfect images and experiences.
Performance is not my strong suit.
Okay. Do you want to leave it there?
No, I want to use a natural 20. This is interesting. I have one, I believe. Maybe.
Nat 20. All right. Yeah. So yeah, as you and this myconid kind of connect, you also start to understand a little more of what it's like to be this myconid. You can see it like growing from this forest and through kind of just chance being more psionically attuned than other myconid, basically being part of the like, you get this like weird sensation that this thing not only experiences what it can sense around it, but what the wider kind of synaptic web of myconid can see, because it's more connected to the beings around it. And so its consciousness is more outside of experience than any other myconid usually is. And so you kind of like start thinking about your consciousness, and you feel within you this kind of resonance. From now on, your telepathic speaking ability has a range of 120 feet.
Oh.
And your sneak attack damage is now all psychic damage unless you don't want it to be.
Okay, so that's
as Amara feels this like much more in tuned psionic kind of force flowing through her. Like you've had this for a long time and you've kind of been using it a lot, but through experiencing with this myconid who has a completely different life, you kind of gain a deeper understanding of the forces you use. And that's Amara's like full day. Like you end up maybe even falling asleep there on that spot because you spend like the evening just swapping, almost swapping consciousnesses with this sonically attuned myconid. So we're gonna cut back over to the rest of the party. So it sounds like Throck is living his best life. Proserpina Hung Huziar fade into black in a wonderful idealized hub. What's Anja doing?
Anja is essentially waiting in the foyer, like having a raccoon pour her a glass of wine. There's like now, this is just canon now. All of her aspects are woodland creatures. Today they're raccoons, because of the thumbs. So, and she's just gonna essentially like wait, for the date to finish so that she can get the mushrooms that help her dream. There might even be like one point like inside the garden, like the raccoons, like maybe Lowry will notice that like one raccoon has a wristwatch and is looking at it and looks up at Lowry like just because it's like that's what like Anja's thinking and not realizing exactly how to like not conjure her feelings and her aspects. So
Lowry thinks it's very strange that a raccoon has a wristwatch.
Yeah. Just like great. So as the date kind of winds down to a close, very, very important question as the this was it's a really good time and kind of like gives you like a little like a piece of kind of dried plant that has some like directions. This is where I'm staying, in the forest. I know you had to do some help before we go see the glowing fungus. But kind of like just standing there, not sure.
Lowry's just standing there waiting. This character is not the smartest or the suavest. I'm sorry.
Neither is this one. Just like
Oh, do you want to be my girlfriend?
Do you want to be my girlfriend?
I like you.
I like you. So should we...
Okay.
Oh, okay. Would you like could I would you like it if I parents would you like...
Lowry's just gonna lean down and kiss her.
And she just like fully just like I think this is just a whole nother scene basically of just like blushing and sweating and kissing, like just like all this really
They're so sweaty.
like, nervousness.
Both of them are so sweaty.
Yeah.
Bless them.
Just like so nervous. Amazing. And then after after all of that, Tildol, still like completely red in the face. I can't wait to see you again. But oh, you're really pretty. It seems like though you have to help the raccoons or maybe another person.
Oh yeah, I have to go grow some mushrooms that'll help
Okay.
my new friend sleep.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's really hot. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You know where I am, and you can show
here,
up.
take this.
Yes.
How do you feel about teeth?
Yeah, I mean they're natural.
Lowry hands her a molar that's on a little cord. Technically it's mine. I've grown another one since I got rid of that one, but you can call me anytime using it. It's kind of like a sending stone, only it only goes to B.
Oh, okay. Kind of like puts it like right above like her, like in a chest pocket, like right above her heart, basically, like boom, right there. On like her like tons of different pockets, like full of all sorts of like guarding and clerical and spellcasting component. And I'm also a cleric, so I can cast sending. So would it be okay if I periodically, checked in with you and told you how pretty you were? Because I think you're really pretty, and I like you a lot.
You can also tell me about your day if you want, unless you don't want to. Then you don't have to.
No, I would love to tell you about how my day was and hear about how your day was. Since
okay.
I guess because I guess okay. I should go home, but I don't want to leave because then I won't be able to see you.
The mansion's here for 24 hours. You can use the guest room. Well, it's here for 20 hours. You can use the guest room.
Would you like that if I stayed
You want to just stay in the garden with me?
Yes.
Okay, I'll be right there.
Go camping.
Amazing. So yeah, Matilda will go set up a place for you two to stay, And you can go find Anja. Hello, Sky Vision. Welcome.
Welcome, Raiders.
welcome to the gay panic. And
Welcome to the end of the dating sim.
Yeah. It's about yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Anja's still waiting. She had at this point though she has one of those like lounge couches that she has just that the raccoons have just like pushed into place, like and just hanging out there waiting for Lowry to bring her some shrooms.
Yeah. So we can fast forward to the point where Lowry has grown the shrooms and bring them to Anja here.
Hi, I have your mushrooms.
Thanks. And how did everything went well? I'm guessing. Cool.
We're gonna go camping in the garden.
Cool. Can you at least tell your boss first that I'm gonna take these in about 45 minutes?
Okay, make sure you take them with lots of water. They're gonna make your mouth a little dry. And she'll conjure another toadstool to call her boss.
Yeah. And gives like double thumbs up. Yeah. Super excited.
You're good to go.
Dream.
All right. So
do you need anything else from me?
Nope. And just ask the raccoons if you need anything from them. They might be. We'll see how they act when I'm dreaming, but they are here to be at your service.
Okay, bye. She is going to like Scooby-Doo vanish in like a puff of smoke back to the other room.
Yeah. To go camp with the girlfriend. Great. So we are going to get to some dreams now, unless there's anything else y'all will be doing before sleeping. All right, great. So Anja, we'll go to you first.
Yeah,
so,
she's about to crossfade with these shrooms and that wine.
Yup. So to catch our wonderful, beautiful raiders up, we're about to have some hag dreams as the party made a deal with a good hag to gain useful dreams that will help them in their efforts moving forward. So, Anja, as you drift to sleep, there's that moment where you're just kind of like aware of falling asleep, and then for just a moment you find yourself back in a vast purple expanse, the astral sea, and you can see like just infinite, beautiful, vast space. But then you are flung down, 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 down. You're like consciousness, and
in a merry-go-round.
You see a large pit in the Underdark with like encampments built along the edge of it, and you fly down it for it almost feels like hours, like an endless deep expanse into something deep and dark. And then you appear in the same way that the astral sea was endless. You come across this massive blasted wasteland. It is as far as you can see. You see just roiling anger, like just not. You can see, feel, sense just like chaotic anger and rage just permeating this place. And you plunge deeper into the abyss. You can see you're in like the abyss, and then you fly towards this one section of this infinite anger, and you can start to feel your like non-corporeal skin crawl as the air around it becomes thicker and grosser until you enter this chamber that is more flesh than stone. It is pustulant and green. It is just dripping the most disgusting, mutated things. You can see stitches and growths all across it. You can see other, like, you can only assume it to be sacrifices fall down into this pit. You can see like humanoids with like their like cuts and like sacrificial symbols on them as they sit in this terrible like postulant domain. You can see their skin starts to become, their bodies become corrupted and turned just like the very chamber it seems has been. And deeper and deeper in, as you're drawn away from that terrifying sight, you are thrown in front of something even more hideous. A massive, like maybe like 10-foot diameter, like organic orbish like shape of like pustules and growths and oozing bits, just like molded and folded together in this most unnatural and disgusting way. Just barely you can see this like you can see like one like trapezoidal eye, and then like a strange kind of roundish eye, and this massive kind of face with like flesh growing over it, and these like yellowed nasty teeth, and it is like chained onto this chamber. Like it is a just like a blob. It has no limbs. It is just like chained to this chamber, and just like feeding this room, this presence, this corruption all around it. Just this being of disgusting corruption, this demon. And the one thing, the only thing in this room that is not succumbing is this beautiful, glowing, radiant blade behind it. Kind of amongst some other like gold and smaller treasures. This just perfect blade, the blade that you all seek, that can cut through injustice. Not a magical item, but an artifact. And with that, your dream turns to much more joyous things as Alessandra takes you on just like a nice dream, whatever that may end up being for Anja. Go ahead real quick, make me a religion check, see if you know what that creature might be.
Yeah, that was about to ask. Let's see what my girl knows. Come on, religion. I'm not the best at it. 13.
You have heard only like of by name of a Sibriex as just like a terrible corruption demonic entity. And that's about it.
That's about it.
And we will cut away. Humfuzi, because the deal was everyone gets a helpful dream. Humfuzi, as you drift off to slumber, you see you're back in that room with where you spoke to Wolf and kind of made a promise. You can see now like those 8 eyes that was the figure of Lolth, now just a like large, imposing, spider-like humanoid figure kind of drawn upon the throne. And she just kind of like waves you back, and you kind of drift backwards into that room full of bodies. And the armored warrior figure, the kind of almost like a Gith Yankee, almost like a Gith Razai figure, walks up to you and extends a skeletal hand to you.
And I'll just like, I'll reach out to take it. Oh, seems fine.
And it opens its like jaw, and words come out as it says, "My apologies. I'm glad that I may finally introduce myself. I am Gith. If you can meet me again, I have much to tell you." And the dream drifts away, as you now know who that body was. Proserpina, as you dream, you come into a bar. It's full of happy patrons. The like scent of smoke and just like you see poker games, and you see a back room as you fly through, and you see the molehill speaking to looks to be another drow you've never met before. Doesn't look familiar to you. Looks just, but from the way they speak, they seem comfortable. And you see Mohil. I I could not. I was so ashamed. I'm afraid that she might think that I hate her, or that I do not want her. Um, that could not be the farthest from. You know this, my friend. I mean, I'm so glad that I could confide in you. I do not want to bandy about mine and the lady's business to everyone, but I needed someone to talk to. For years, I have wanted nothing but to find this child of mine and hers, and to see what kind of person she is, and to know her and try to explain. But I'm afraid that is not my decision to make. I need the lady to need everything to be said and understood. I cannot put my wants before her safety and the lady's comfort and well-being. But I would wish nothing more than to hold that child, and I wish if there were a genie before me, or even the hag, I would any wish I could make that she could know how much I truly care, and would love to know her. That would be my truest and deepest wish. But alas, I suppose that is not in the cards. So we should talk about other things. And the dream drifts away. And briefly, Amara, you begin to dream. You see the individual that helped you all through, with maybe some contention, Neris, this individual back. You can't quite see what they're doing or what's going on, but you can see them, and just briefly, your vision kind of butts through their clothing, and you see a symbol tattooed on them that you've never seen before. A triangle with 3 lines right through the center with a snake curling around it. And then you flash upwards to Malsha. You see a shady deal going down with your adopted father at the head of it. You see money being exchanged, and then father and his goons pull crossbows out and kill the individuals and take the money back. But don't take the money for themselves. You see he grabs the money and takes it and hands it to a bugbear wearing a mask, and your vision zooms back in and you see the same symbol on the bugbear. Throck, you're the dragon again. No, you've always been this. But wait, no, you haven't. You're large. You feel the flame inside of you. It's the flame's been there, but now you can expel it, and you're sitting on top of where you need to be. It's right there. There's just this barrier, and it's weak, but it's still here. You can feel this hunger. This hunger's been inside you forever. This hunger for wealth. for power. You need to go down there. Throck, the dragon, you know who you are. Do you reminisce on the past, or do you think on the future?
The future. Always moving forward.
That's right. Ever since she cursed you, took away your form, you've only been moving forward. You've grown larger and larger, and you've lived for you don't even know how many years yet. But you are going to make Tiamat rue the day she cursed you and turned you into a dragon, the first dragon. As soon as you get back to hell, as soon as you get your horde back out from underneath this barrier, you were the first great pirate. The pirate that made people fear lizard folk. The lizard folk pirate of the plain. And you will not let Tiamat steal this from you. You feel the anger of having to destroy your own descendants, your own, who to them you'd be their ancestor, to get this revenge. But that hunger for power and revenge is too strong. You need it. You need it. And that's where we'll end this episode of Revenge of the Gith. Thank you all so much for joining us.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming and showing up. That was cool. The channel should be up and running schedule-wise. You might not see my face on every show as normal, but we should be getting back up tomorrow with only 3 episodes left of the World of Ashenfell, as well as Churn and Burn, our Expanse RPG that will happen in the evening. On Friday, we have Lancer with the Shades of Tartarus with our boy down here as our GM. And on Saturday, we have Dragon Age. That's the channel. Oh, you can also catch me Mondays on Weave the Tale as I play a witch in 1979 New Mexico with a very cool car and an obsession for dinosaurs. So really, just me. But yeah, that's what's going on the channel. Everyone else, where can we find you on the internet? Let us know. And if you're hanging out in chat, don't go anywhere, because we will raid everyone after outros. Obi, go ahead and take us away, fam.
Hey. Yeah, that's me. I'm Obadiah. You can find me on Twitter at Jossa Dyson. And while I haven't yet to find a good time to return to it, you perhaps might be able to find me on Twitch one of these fine days at twitch.tv/Shinobi, where I will be playing Hades or Devil May Cry 5, or perhaps a different action game as the mood may strike me. But of course, the next time you'll see me will be on Friday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, where I will be the Mech Master on the fantastic Lancer actual play Shades of Tartarus.
I think that's me, yeah? No?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm a member, also known as the Forged King on Twitch. I'm not really streaming or anything right now. Kind of just here on Wednesdays when I can be here and I don't have a bunch of technical issues. Other than that, I'm just plagued by technical issues, so I'm not streaming anywhere else. So that's it for me. Nice and simple.
All right, and that brings us to me. I'm Robin Shadle, everyone, and you can find me, well, starting on the 11th. One of my players in my home game wants to start streaming D&D, so we're revamping that campaign for her channel. It'll be on Gruber McEvil's Twitch channel. But before that, on the 9th, I haven't found exactly finalized the platform, but I will be doing a live interview telling the stories behind the story for my upcoming debut dark urban fantasy novel. It will be, you'll get some of the background for that. You'll get me talking about what inspired it, we'll probably have a cat knock the camera over because Salem's good at that. There will be drinks, so pull up a drink because this is a virtual launch party. So let's celebrate and then watch me freak out as I would just go, okay, now I don't know what to do now.
Hi, I'm Montana. You can find me at Montana What on Instagram and at Montana What 2 on Twitter. Right now, there's not really anything that I'm doing Twitch wise, but one of my previous Twitch shows that our season ended, Tales from the Lost Galaxy. We're going to be releasing an audio version on all the podcast mediums soon, so be on the lookout for that in a couple of weeks.
Amazing.
Am I next?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. Oh gosh. Never. Hey everybody, I'm Sarah, your friendly internet hype goblin. You can find me on Twitch and all the other social medias under the hype goblin, where I talk about TTRPGs, video games, and really cute possums. Over on my Twitch channel, I raise money every month for the trevorproject.org as I play a variety of video games, and we have a D&D game on Sunday mornings, Nexus Adventures, DM'd by the wonderful Alyssa Vamp, or Alyssa Vamp Art. She takes us through her D&D 5e homebrew campaign where we rewrite a lot of the rules that we don't agree with on a personal level and make it our own. And coming this March, Saucefire TV will be launching a Masks game where I get to play a really social media loving tech girl. It's going to be a lot of fun. And that's all I'm doing right now.
Amazing. Yeah. If you don't know Sarah's Twitch channel, check it out. You'll have a great time. She's a delight. And I am Robbie Rolling. I was your game master tonight. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter as Robbie Rolling. I just hit affiliate. I'm going to start doing some more streams. I'm thinking we do some Hades, some City Skylines, and then I'll be doing some like RPG games where you all as the audience can choose what I say, which I'm sure will lead to nothing but hilarity. And of course, you can find me soon on Roll for Chaos, RF Chaos. It's going to be an amazing channel. I'll be doing the game of Aether and Steamworks, which is an amazing little indie system, which is, if you don't know it, you should really look it up. And that'll be starting up on March 11th. So I'll be playing a character, a dwarf. Scoundrel is the class, so that should get you excited, if nothing else. So yeah, and of course, part of the Not Quite Heroes podcast. Look us up at NQH Podcast on Twitter. We're a D&D 5e and Quest podcast. Okay, that's me.
So much stuff. Everyone go and give some love to all of our good humans here. And with that, speaking of good humans, one of my newest followers and Twitter friends, Dungeon Meowster, is DMing a one-shot today. And they've only been up for an hour, so I'm sure this dungeon, this raid, will keep on going. So with that, everyone wave bye. Be sure to throw some raptors in there. See you later. Bye. We love you. That is
Thank
the
you
wrong
so much
thing.
for joining.
There we
All right,
go.
I will be back.